So I love all of the chatter that we have going on that shows that we already started networking, and that's definitely what we're going to be talking about today. So I would like to thank everyone for coming today. This is such a great turnout. So we have a really great program for you guys. You're going to get really great information. So to start off, just some housekeeping things. We do have the opportunity for our attendees to get a professional headshot. So after the event, if you like to step outside and get your free headshot, that will then be sent to you, and that would be a great tool that you can use on maybe LinkedIn or your social media pages. So that will be available for you. Some other things that are available to you, thank you to the HACC Alumni Association. We have some chocolate and goodies up here. If you'd like some more information, we have Christina Kelly here who works with our office, so she'd be happy to talk with you. And also thank you to our virtual learning students. They have some free swag for our attendees as well too. So before you leave today, please feel free to stop by there and pick up some goodies as well, okay? So thank you again for attending. Before I move on, I do have an announcement from Linda Levins, and she's gonna talk about a future program opportunity that you could possibly participate with.
So as you're continuing to work on different opportunities to get into the workforce, one of the things is once you get into the workforce and you have the job, a lot of times the downfall for people is they don't always quite know the appropriate ways to communicate in stressful situations or talking with your colleagues, emailing to managers and supervisors. So next Tuesday, I put flyers on your tables right here in 209 from 12:30 to 1:20. We're having a workshop on communication in the workplace. So how to appropriately communicate with your colleagues as well as with the supervisors. So we invite you all to come to that. There will be some light snacks with that as well. And then on December 6th, along with that, managing stress and conflict in the workplace. So we all have a certain level of stress that we have to deal with. How do we appropriately deal with that in the workplace? These are the big things. A lot of us have the right skills to get the job. Keeping the job depends on how well we're able to manage these situations. So we invite you to come to those two workshops. Flyers are on your table. So if you have any questions, you can see before. Thank you.
Okay, very good, thank you. So just another shout out to the Student Life Office and Multicultural Programming for support of the Lunch and Learns and for our snacks today as well too. So you can see all of the support and sponsors on the handout if you received that when you came in today. Okay, so if you can change this slide. Okay, so networking, that's where we're here. So I want you to really quick think 5 people who are in your network, just in your head to yourselves. Hopefully you come up with them pretty fast. So these people can include colleagues, they can be peers, they can be supervisors, they could be your professors, they can be people on your social media network, they can be your friends, they could be your family friend. Looking back to my own experience, networking was how I got my first job. Thankfully, I grew up in a small town and my dad pretty much got me my first job. So sometimes networking and the job search really can be, it is all who you know. So that's what we really want to tell students is to how to benefit from networking, how to be a good networker, how to build your network, and how it can definitely benefit you for the future. So what is networking? These are the main topics we're going to be talking about today. So our professionals are going to be rotating around your table, so you're going to get a lot of great information and tips and tools from them today that you can use beyond your time here at HACC as well. So we're going to talk about working the room, just introducing yourselves. Sometimes that can be a little bit nerve-wracking, so we're going to give you tips and strategies about how to at least do that. We're also going to give you tools for networking. What are some of those tools? Using social media, LinkedIn, attending events like this, things like that. Building meaningful relationships. So networking, you want to be somewhat strategizing when you are networking. And when you meet people, how can those relationships be meaningful to you and beneficial to you? And then how do you develop opportunities through networking for job searching, for a resume enhancement, for possible internship opportunities? So you'll get tips and information about that topic as well. So it's really great opportunity. While your professionals are talking to you about these tips, feel free to ask questions too. This is a really great way to engage and really learn about this topic. Okay, so before we begin, we are really thankful for our professionals who took the time to be here with us today. So we want to quickly go around the table so you can meet with them. For our rotations, we're going to go through 3 rotations. So you're going to meet with 3 professionals at your tables. But however, at the end of the event, we're going to have an open time. So if there is someone that you hear about or that introduces themselves today, you would like to talk further with them, there's going to be that opportunity at the end of the event as well too. Okay, so we're going to start at table number 1. Paul, if you want to stand up and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Van Winkle. I work at the Hershey Regional Chamber in Creedic. Work primarily with Creedic, which is the Economic Development Corporation in the area, doing economic development, finance, and activities for Harrisburg and the surrounding region. So glad to be here with you guys today.
Very good. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Kathleen Cresswell. I'm with New York Life. I help businesses and families save themselves from a really big bad tax thing.
Very good. Table 3.
Hi, I'm Nicole Porta, and I work for Method 3, and I manage our staffing division. So what that means for you guys is I'm a resource for any questions you have when it comes to jobs, how to find them, how to get them, what's open, stuff like that.
Thanks. Table 4.
Hi, my name is Thomas Breivogel. I work at Antrim 1844 in Huntington, Maryland. It's a luxury hotel. I love my job. I get to work with people from all over the world every day, and this is a lot of fun. Thanks for having me here.
And Tom is a HACC alum, so yay,
Yes.
Tom. Okay. Table 5.
Anne-Marie Brandt, Team Brandt Marketing, making tax and marketing world. I help small businesses brand themselves. Typically, I'm in jeans, so I can always say I am a casual approach to serious marketing, but since I dressed up today, I can't. Anne-Marie Brandt, Team Brandt Marketing.
Very good. And Anne-Marie is also a HACC alum, too. Yay, very good. All right, and then table 6.
Hi, my name is Melissa Coney. I'm with Hershey Entertainment and Resorts. So I'm a recruiter in our HR department, and my main focus is on part-time and seasonal positions, but I primarily would help anybody who's looking for anything part-time, full-time, internship opportunities, so opportunities with our company.
Very good, thanks. And Melissa has a colleague, Jennifer Klinger, who's actually over in our computer lab. So we are virtually displaying this to our students online as well, too. So we have a section over next door that she's going to be talking to students there, and she's going to then rotate over here. So if you see some other random person coming in, know that she's supposed to be here, and her name is Jennifer from Hershey as well, too. Okay, so let's give a round of applause to our participants. Thank you so much for your time. So hopefully you realize that now you have 7 new people in your network. So it's a really great opportunity. So we are getting ready to get started with our formal program now. So we're going to give our professionals have their topics. They're going to talk to you about them for about 8 to 10 minutes. And at the end of that time, we'll let you know when to rotate. So again, use this time to network, to ask questions, and they'll be offering you tips about networking as well too. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Cool. All right.
All right, hello everybody. Can everybody hear me okay? If you guys can chat in the comments box, let me know if you can hear me, but I'll get started. My name is Jennifer Klinger. I work with Hershey Entertainment and Resorts in the HR department. I'm a corporate recruiter. I've been with the company for over 10 years, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about networking and opportunities for networking. So what that means, I'm going to talk about sort of the live experiences that you can take part in, become more involved in, that will help you organically network with individuals that you see yourself working with in the future. Some of those opportunities could be, definitely getting a work experience, whether that be an internship or a job, whether that be part-time or full-time. It could also just be mock interviewing or a shadowing experience. But there are definitely different types of experiences where you can engage with business partners within your industry, get to know the backgrounds and the things that you're looking to do in your future, and network with those individuals that are going to help you move forward. So as far as how to get involved with those, I think, you being students at HACC, you have definitely an advantage because you are in front of career services, faculty members. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going to be looking for an experience to start off with, maybe engaging with career services. They would have business partners and organizations that you can reach out to see if they even offer a shadow experience, for example. So definitely to maximize, I would say start with finding people that can help you find other people. And that's a key kind of point with networking. The next thing is, as far as maximizing that, then what do you do once you have those experiences, and how do you best engage? I think naturally the best thing to do, obviously networking is a very personal interaction, and the best thing to do is just connect with those individuals, whether that be one-on-one, sending them an email, connecting with them on LinkedIn. That is a great way for you to make those initial connections. Once you're able to do that, then it's really about building that key relationship. And to do that, that takes a lot of time, whether it be continuing to build that connection with somebody. I know for me, when I started with Hershey, one of the things that I did was I set up lunch meetings with people in HR that I felt either could help me or help me navigate through different areas of my career. And really, they've all taught me great learning lessons. So I would say if you have that potential or opportunity, definitely connect with people and try to get the face time. That is most important. Are there any immediate questions? Just for those, I'm interested to know, those that are here in this session, have you participated in any kind of work experience where you were able to network, and are you willing to share kind of your experience and how that went for you? And feel free to type in your answers in the comments to the side. Okay, so Michelle, mentioned she's re-entering the workforce, so not anything recent, and that's okay. Another thing I was just thinking about is business associations and memberships. I think, Michelle, you may have indicated that you were in the accounting field, and I think maybe George was graphic design. So with those fields, or whatever field that you're in, if you're involved with getting more professional experience, there are a lot of membership associations and organizations out there that you can be part of. A lot of times, from what I've seen, if you're a student, you can gain membership. So I think the best thing to do with that is definitely reach out to someone, maybe a faculty member, or maybe a business partner that you're getting a position with. Ask them, what associations or groups are you part of that you interact with other industry folks that might know the same type of information. If they're able to share that with you, those are the ways to get exposed to different memberships. Like in my profession in human resources, there's a Society of Human Resources Management, SHRM, and there's a local chapter in Central PA. So there are ways to kind of get involved from that aspect. I think the key with networking, once you have a work experience, it's very organic. So these are relationships that you're building with people that you work with on a day-to-day basis. So even if you're in a part-time job, finding those individuals that can help you get more of a practical work experience sometimes is key to leverage for your future career. So it's never too late or too soon to start networking. I think you have the potential right now to find a lot of companies are open to work experiences. I know there's a lot out there that will do open shadowing, or even setting up a day where you can come into the office and spend an hour, 2 hours meeting with different people in the department that you're looking to get into. So if you can find those connections first, I know there's many companies out there that are more than willing to kind of help you, leverage that experience for your future career. And that is actually all the information that I have today. I'm going to open it up if you have any questions. I did attach my email address in the Zoom chat. So if you'd like to reach out to me on a one-on-one basis, even for those that I want to just put a shout out at Hershey, we do have accounting and we do have finance, we have hospitality. So if that's something that you want to get more engaged with and you want to connect with someone within our business, I can be that first point of contact for you. So please feel free to email me. And with that, I thank you for your time. I hope you have a great day.
Well, that was pretty good for a start. How's everyone doing today? So my name's Corinne. I'm the council chair of the VLSAC. I'm going to be kind of moderating the chat while you guys are here today. And as we rotate speakers, if you have any other questions about how to use Zoom or want to get a little further into what we just learned, feel free to use the chat box. I'm going to be here in between, and there'll be another speaker to come visit us shortly. So while I have a minute before the next speaker comes in, I wanted all four of you to know that we are doing a giveaway at the end of the webinar for a hoodie from the Virtual Learning Student Advisory Council. And so it's actually a zip-up hoodie, has a small front decal, and then also on the back, it has our logo on it as well. So at the end, I'm gonna do a random generated number from a website that I have. So I'm just going to appoint everyone a number at the end, and then the webinar is going to capture your emails for me, and I'll be able to email you something for your size and where I could send it to, or if there's a campus that you'd rather pick up the sweatshirt at. But I just want to let you know that that's something we're going to be doing from the webinar today as well. There we go.
Hi, everybody. How are you? My name is Thomas. I'm 31 years old. I graduated from HACC in 2006. I worked in sales and marketing for a few years after that, and started working in the hospitality industry. I've managed the front desk at a 300-room hotel for 4 years in Gettysburg. I currently work at a luxury property in Maryland, and I'm here to speak about building meaningful relationships, and I'm here to just answer any questions, share any thoughts, experiences, encourage you. So type away. I'm ready. Any questions first? Okay, I don't see any questions yet, so I'll just go right into my building meaningful relationships. First question was, who is in my network? Answer to that is people who I've met at various events, people who I've worked with, coworkers, supervisors, managers. I wanted to add, I think it's really important to have your supervisors and your managers in your network. Chances are they're going to be a little bit more advanced in their career than you are as a new graduate, and their network's probably going to be larger. They can connect you to more people, so I think that's a good idea to have your managers in your network. I think always be looking for connections, be looking down the road, not just next summer, but maybe this person, you could run into them 2 or 3 or 5 years later, and just always be looking down the road for that. And important thing is never burn bridges with people. I've seen too many people over really petty, stupid stuff ruin relationships, and you don't want to do that. So, all right, no questions yet? All right. That's all right. I'm just very captivating. All right. Second question was how to develop a relationship. Well, I think from my experience, I think the best way to build a relationship is to work with somebody, to work on a class project, to volunteer. in any way to strive with somebody else towards a common goal, I think overcoming obstacles together really builds trust and camaraderie. And I think that really lasts, in your career, in life. So third question I had, what is a relationship in networking? Well, for me, it's being able to help others, to open some door, to answer some question. I love introducing two people who don't know each other and bringing them together. That's always fun. And giving and receiving encouragement is a big part too. If you have a colleague or a friend or a classmate that just got a promotion or did really good on a project, or just had a really fun educational trip or something like that, send them a text, send them an email, congratulations, I saw you did this in the newspaper or whatever. They're gonna love that. The fourth question here. How to maintain relationships. I think just being present and being available is really 50 to 60% of the battle with maintaining relationships. Just being there for the person. To those of my friends and my colleagues in my network that I can't see very often, I really try to send a text or an email at least once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, just checking in. How are you doing? See where they're at. If they need any help or advice with anything, see if they have any advice to give. The second part of that answer on how to maintain relationships is, I think, staying positive. After graduation and going into the workforce, I think positivity carries a little bit more weight with people, with your coworkers. So nobody really wants to be around somebody who's negative all the time. I think we can all agree on that. And the third part of that answer to how to maintain relationships, I think forgiveness is really important, because everybody has bad days, or everybody has their own little quirks, or misunderstandings happen. People have rough mornings, afternoons, evenings, and just overlooking those faults and keeping your eye on keeping that person in your network and holding them in a positive light, and overlooking those something that a negative person might say, oh, well, what's that about? No, just overlook it. You'll be fine. Tomorrow's a new day. So I think forgiveness is a big part of maintaining healthy relationships in the workplace and in life. So yeah, those were my main points about my topic, building meaningful relationships. I'm ready for any questions, anything I can answer.
The speakers. So thanks, Thomas. We appreciate that you came out today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast. Thank you so much, Corinne.
Hello, everyone. This is Anne-Marie Brandt, Team Brandt Marketing. How is everybody? Feel free to use the chat, please. I'm kind of short, so you may only see the top of my head. Everyone see me? All right. Are we ready? Oh, fantastic. My topic is working the room. So I encourage audience participation. So whenever you have a question or comment, please type it right away so I can start answering anything. So what I've been sharing with other attendees is it's very important, first of all, in networking, to establish the know, like, and trust with everybody else. People do business with people they know, like, and trust, just like your friends. You got to know them. After you got to know them, you decided if you like them. And then after you like them, you started to trust them. So networking is a great way of creating that know, like, and trust. So some of the questions that other people have submitted to me are, how do you approach a new room, which is a fantastic question, especially in networking. What I recommend when you approach a room is that the very first thing you do before you approach a room actually is do a little bit of research on the networking event that you're going to. See if you see an attendee list ahead of time, see if there's anyone that you're going to know, or even people that you want to get to know. Sometimes you might see a good business prospect that you've been wanting to meet, and you can keep an eye out for them once you get to the event. Once you go to the event, one of the little secrets that I've done in the years past is I make sure that my business card and my name badge have something in it that helps break the ice. So I don't know if they can see this or not. Does this help?
There you go.
There we go. Do you have a good picture there?
Yes, you do.
This is my name badge. So anyone who's there, let me know. Do you like my name badge there? I also have a business card.
Are those dog paw prints or cat paw prints?
That is a great question. It depends on which you like more.
Well, then they're dog paw prints.
That is awesome. For me, when I first started networking and spending time in business circles, I didn't always like walking up to new people and starting new conversations. So I've always let my name badge and my business card break the ice for me. So when you saw the paw prints, the typical response is, oh, do you have a dog? And I have 2 dogs and a cat. So depending on if the person who I'm talking to is a dog person, I'll ask, oh, do you have any pets? They say dogs. Oh, I have 2 dogs. And then if you know anything about animal people, we love talking about our dogs, our cats. Of course, I have an evil cat, so I don't talk about him as much. Also, a good icebreaker or a good thing, if you don't really know anyone, go talk about my dog all the time. Yeah, I'm guilty about that too. A good tip to keep in mind when you're entering a new room and you don't know anybody there is you walk up to a group of 2 people. The reason I say 2 people is it makes it a little less awkward. If you just walk up to one person, you don't really know what the response is, if they're there to eat, whatever food's there, if they're there to drink, if there's an open bar or a cash bar. You don't know what their personality is, so you could be extending your hand saying hi, and they may give you the brush off and you're just standing there hanging with your hand in your hair. So when you walk up to a group of 2 people, first of all, trust your gut. If it looks as if a deep conversation, do not break this than being rude and interrupting a deep and personal conversation that they're having. So gauge the response that you get when you walk up to the 2 people. If you receive a smile or kind of they open up their two people stance, that's when you say, hi, how are you? Or you extend your hand for a good handshake. Or if they're dogs or whatever, you can say, oh, what kind of dog do you have? So, George, you know the person that sits in the corner all by themselves, that is me, no problem. I definitely see a lot of people who sit in the corner by themselves. It's okay. It's okay to sit back and observe. There are times where people who are a little more outgoing, like me, will go up to the person standing or sitting in the corner, gauge the response, and then introduce myself to them. So definitely recommend have something that is a good icebreaker. Pets or kids or grandkids are always a good icebreaker. But like I said, I cheat with my name badge with the paw print. So it's literally right there on my chest or my, yeah. on my lapel saying, hey, I'm a dog person. But of course, in football season, I do say it stands for Penn State, but I guess I can say that on a HACC campus, right? So far, everybody work on a good handshake. That's extremely important when watch a firm handshake that or fracture somebody's hand, but you also don't want to be Queen Elizabeth presenting your palm out for somebody to kiss. You want to have a nice firm handshake, look the person in the eye, and that goes an extremely long way in developing the know, like, and trust. So, any questions coming up there? Or can we all talk about our dogs and cats and stuff like that? So, George, do you have any questions? I think I missed a question in here. It's a lot harder for me to accept compliments. Did I?
That was from our last speaker. We jumped right in. So
Oh, okay.
we did experience a little bit of lag. So if anybody missed anything, if the audio is cutting out, feel free to let us know in the chat box and we can recap a little bit and kind of work our questions in from there.
Yeah. So something also in working rooms, say you're part of the little group that's talking together. When you see a new person walk in, and if they look a little unsure, just shoot them a quick smile. Make sure it's a welcoming smile, not a creepy clown smile, because that has the exact opposite effect. Just give a nice, genuine smile. After you develop the rapport with a person, you can always say, hey, could I have one of your business cards? And then have a business card exchange. Something I do after a networking event is I do try to send a personal email to the person who I was talking to. And on the back of their card, sometimes I write a quick note. For me, of course, I write down what their dog's name was. Just the other day, I met a landscaper who their dog's name was Benny. So of course, when I wrote the email to this person who I'd never met before, I said, hey there, Benny's mom, how are you? And we've built a little bit of rapport from that. So this woman now is in my business network. And the way we broke the ice was she looked at my name badge and said, oh, are those paw prints? And we went from there. So anything else that you would like me to go in there? Oops. I think I just clicked out something, but well, I'll be, no? Okay. Another question I have in front of me is, what are some benefits you've seen from networking? The main benefit I've seen from networking, actually two. One is money in my bank account. Hello, that's why we're in business. I've had my own business for 11 and a half years, and I've had to build it all through word of mouth. I actually don't spend any money on advertising. It's all by word of mouth, and the way I do word of mouth is by networking. The second benefit from networking actually is some of the friendships that I have developed. Some of my colleagues, a couple of my colleagues have become my closest friends, and that's definitely a big benefit, and depending on the month, it may be a bigger benefit than the money in my bank account. So thank you all for joining me today. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yes, ka-ching, definitely ka-ching. We love money in the bank. So
do you have an email you mind typing into the chat box if people
sure.
wanted to maybe reach out and thank you or say hello again? Thank you.
Let's see if I can type this without blowing up the keyboard. There we go. That is my personal email address. Feel free to send me pictures of your dogs.
Lots of pictures of dogs. I can do that. Hey, thank you so much. We appreciate it. These were some great tips.
Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you guys can kind of see that. This is how I'm just quick doing a random generated number here. So I gave each of you your numbers and I'm just gonna roll. And so Michelle, you are the winner of a VLSAC hoodie. So if I will reach out to you from our email about what kind of size you need or how you want to pick that up or have it sent to you. And let's see, at this time, we are actually going to conclude the webinar portion of our Lunch and Learn networking event. Feel free to let us know how everything went, what your thoughts were, feedback. I'm going to type my email in at the bottom of the chat here so that you guys can keep us up to date on what you thought. We hope to do a lot more of these online events. So if you're still students, if you're not graduating this December, keep an eye out for in the spring when we do some more of these. And if there's ideas on what you'd like to learn about, some different soft skills or other opportunities, keep us up to hear from you. We have a but we have a general council meeting coming up on Tuesday evening. That's November 21st. We hold them online in Zoom and it starts at 7 o'clock. And we also have a Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/VLSAC. I'll type that in the box too, which is where we kind of send out links to these meetings and keep virtual students in the loop. I hope to see you guys around and we'll catch you all next time. Thanks again for joining. Have a great day.